You're listening to the What's Up Falcons podcast with Rock, Hoop, Q, Aries Falcon, and keeping it sexy, LG.
What's up, and welcome to the What's Up Falcons podcast. My name is Rock, and I'm joined with my boy Hoop in the house. What's going on, Hoop?
Not much, man. How y'all doing?
Surviving, man. Surviving. We made it through COVID, so, that's a good thing.
Are we done?
Amen to that.
Exactly. And I'm also joined with my homie from all the way over on the West Coast, the notorious vid maker, Mr. Aries Falcon. What's up, Aries?
Man, what it is, what it does, what it do.
It did it, man. It did it, man. Oh, man. So, Aries, I'm glad you were able to work through your issues and get on the stream.
Yeah, man. I'm still, it's still a struggle, but I'm trying to deal with it.
Well, for sure. All right, and Q and Keeping It Sexy, of course, they're not here. But, fellas, we have a guest with us this evening, man. We have the one and only Mr. Smitty Sports Machine. Smitty, what's going on with you?
Nothing much, man. Just here to talk some Falcon football, have fun as usual, and talk about the sport I love, man.
Indeed, man. If y'all haven't, if you knew, hadn't seen or heard of Smitty is a real good guy on YouTube to follow if you like the Falcons, man, or any Atlanta sports team for that matter, but especially Falcons. And I like how Smitty just tells it like it is. And I've been wanting to reach out to him and get him on the show, and we finally did. So, Smitty, we really appreciate you coming on, man, and talking some dirty bird talk with us.
No problem.
And I want to thank everybody for checking us out. And don't forget to check us out. If you got a question or you want to just holler at us, don't forget to hit us up at Twitter at What's Up Falcons. And if you want to hit us up with a text, we have our text line, which is 770-268-0555. And don't forget to check us out exclusively at Armchair All-American. All right, man. So, fellas, we're on. We got Mr. Smitty on here. And Smitty, before we get into it, this has been our first show we've had since the whole Julio trade. And I know you've been talking about it for weeks now. You're probably blue in the face talking
about what it is.
but quick, just for our audience, man, will you give us your final thoughts on the whole thing about him wanting to leave and going to Tennessee? Just to
keep it short.
Yeah.
I think time has ran its course. It had nothing to do with the quarterback, had nothing to do with the organization.
Right.
His mindset was just, I need to win a ring to strengthen my resume for the Hall of Fame, and I don't think I can do that.
Right.
That's what it all boils down to.
Right.
Fans were mad, but players move on. As I told you, man, I've been seeing this going on for the last 30 years. Them not being able to keep key players. Even Deion Sanders spoke on him, and I felt him because I've seen him, other players that should have retired Falcons leave, but when they're not managed right organizational wise, you're going to have these problems. So when the front office is not right, these problems are just going to keep happening.
Yeah, that's true, man. I agree with that. I mean, if you really look at it, the writing's been on the wall for Julio. It seems like after the Super Bowl and when they had to do his contract, and it's just, he's still a professional. He still, goes out there and give it his 100, his all and stuff. But especially last year, it just seems like, I don't know, something was going on. And actually we found out that, Julio was not happy. Not at all.
And you want me to be brutally honest? I think he set himself down the last 4 games. After a 4-8 start, they ain't going nowhere. Let me sit down. I can play like I got a hamstring injury. What can they say?
Right. No, I agree with that, man. Totally. He was just like, yeah. I mean, can you blame him though? With these last few seasons, not even making to the playoffs. I mean, he wants to win, and it didn't seem like they were taking it seriously as far as what Dan Quinn was doing, and they just drug it out, So We hoped he would be a Falcon, but
I mean, I said that it got to the point to where he was ending up being like the man's jersey he's wearing right there, number 84. He wanted to win. It didn't care by any cost. Towards the end of his career, he White wanted to win.
Right.
So, and that's exactly where Julio was. It's just like, he's tired of going all the way, to the playoffs and not making it, or going to the Super Bowl and falling way short. I mean, that was,
yeah,
that's just how it turned out.
And one thing that I thought about when I was doing my video was I looked back at the Deion video about his time in Atlanta, and they didn't offer him a contract. He said they just told him he could leave, find a place that he can win, and he did that. Went to San Francisco the very next year, won the Super Bowl. Dallas the year after that won another Super Bowl. So it's just the mindset of your organization and what they have planned for the future. And now I hope they put the right GM and the right coach in place to have a successful future. But only time will tell that.
Yeah.
Man, that was those cheap Rankin Smith, them clampets.
Right. They just wanted to sell tickets. They didn't care who was on the field.
Yeah. But then that's a good testament to Arthur Blank, though.
Oh yeah.
Bringing it back around and making this team, popular. And
promotion and advertising. That's all he's doing.
Yeah.
That's the only difference.
Yeah. Definitely, man. But it's still a shame that they're still having these same issues that they had with Deion as far as players not being able to culture,
Yeah.
And that's
you
what
don't have that winning mindset, it's going to always be a problem. I interviewed LaVon Kirkley, and he told me about the Pittsburgh Steelers, the way they think, how they organize things, how things are always in place. No matter who they draft, either you're going to fit that system or you're not going to play for them. They don't go by names. They don't go by talent. They go by who fits best. And they run their organization like a business, and this is why they've been successful for the last 50 plus years.
Wow. Well, I mean, it makes sense. It seems like a lot of organizations, the winning organizations, kind of do that. And it's a shame that from a city that is pretty much a corporate city, if you think about it, that they're not running it like that. And especially Arthur Blank being the head of a major corporation, you would think it would be a little more like that instead of it seeming like a little more player friendly.
Yeah, that's when you have to question the president.
Yeah.
And that's Richard McKay. I understand why Arthur Blank wants him around. He's thinking about his future, not only with football, but with his health. If y'all don't know, he survived cancer. And he's thinking about if something happened to him, he wants somebody that's suitable to run the Atlanta Falcons, but Richard McKay might not even be that guy. He's business savvy, but when it comes to football moves, he's just not that dude. Right.
And speaking of that, man, I mean, like you said, Arthur had his health issues. He's not the youngest person in the world.
Nope.
And like we've said, they're in a win now situation. Seems like it's been like that for the last few years, but now it definitely is that way. And I know some people say this may be a rebuild. Some people say it's not. It's just a win now. I'm thinking it's looking more like a rebuild, this Julio situation. But I don't know if he has it in him to go through a whole new thing of, starting over again, Arthur.
Well,
by saying a rebuild, I don't think we're there quite yet. Honestly, I think it's more of a trying to improve what we have. But as far as starting completely over, I don't think we're there just yet. So
it's close. The reason why I say I agree with Aries is they still have key players on both sides of the football. When you're rebuilding, you're tearing everything down, contracts and all. And they haven't got to that point, but they're close. Yeah. And I guarantee you this season will tell us a lot about how their future is going to be structured, financial-wise, depending on how they finish in 2021.
Right. Well, I mean, I'm sorry. But back to your video, Smitty. Is there what do you guys think as far as why this is happening? Why are the dominant players that we look up to there, we like the most, never finished out here? You know, I mean, out of the,
First is contract structures. I think if they had managed Julio's situation better and picked who they wanted to keep, maybe. Well, I knew they were going to keep Grady Jarrett.
Yeah.
But maybe Deion Jones, they should have thought about moving on from him. He's a great player, and I'm not going to knock that. He's undersized for a middle linebacker, fits in a certain type system. But a middle linebacker is something that can be replaced.
Right.
That's a position that, you could have started over at rookie contract and been all right. But you keep your two key players on offense, Matt Ryan and Julio Jones, together no matter what.
Right. Yeah, man. I mean, because, we think about, we already mentioned Roddy White issue, Abraham, even though there was, the little off the field issue that he had, but that happened while he was in Atlanta, right? But
right.
He had an off the field issue there. Yeah. And it just seems like it's frustrating that we're always the butt of the joke,
Yeah, the butt, the front, the middle.
Exactly. We can't catch a damn break, y'all.
But I mean, what they messed up at is letting Dan Quinn stay as long as he did.
Yeah.
As I've said before, Super Bowl is the ceiling, and depending on how you perform in the Super Bowl will tell you a lot about your future. I think after that 79 season, after the Super Bowl, I think the players just, they just said, I can't do this no more.
Yeah.
And I think that's when the frustration with Julio started.
Yeah.
You seen Roddy White get handled the way he did. He's seen the way it ended with John Abraham, and I'm going way back.
Yeah.
That's the front office problem.
Right.
If y'all don't know, and I seen it on Facebook, and I know John Abraham. His last contract was $900,000, and he had double digits in sacks, and they did not want to renew his contract. We haven't had an elite pass rusher since.
Yeah, we had some jokes is what we've had since Abraham,
And we talk about that in pretty much every episode, that lack of pass rush and the valuation. What are they looking for? Because it seems like we just never hit it.
And one thing I think the biggest problem is, and it just goes around in the saga, is identity. If you don't have a team identity, you're going to keep struggling for years to come. This is why Jacksonville, for years, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, this is why they were so bad. They didn't have an identity.
Right.
When they found the identity on defense, they built around that, and that's been their signature ever since. Same with the Baltimore Ravens. Right. So until the Falcons find an identity, they're going to keep searching for what they need and how they need to get to this place and that place. But if you don't have an identity, you're not going to keep anybody up at night game planning for you.
That's the thing. I think when you look at it, Atlanta did have an identity. They had that high powered offense when they were third overall in the history books in offense. I think that was who they were. They were a high powered offense, and to not capitalize on what they had by improving the defense, because the offense was set. Yep. And by not improving more so on the defense and just keep adding offensive weapons is what caused them to fall off.
Yeah.
And it goes back to what I said, front office.
Yeah.
They let one of the best offensive coordinator and his understudy get out of Atlanta.
Yep.
Who does that? You have Kyle Shanahan, who's the coach at San Francisco, already led them to a Super Bowl. That was your coaching waiting right there. Yep. Matt LaFleur, if you let Kyle Shanahan leave, that was your offensive coordinator who knows the same system that got Matt Ryan an MVP. Matt Ryan still been productive, but he's not been at that MVP level because Shanahan used Matt Ryan's strengths and hid his weaknesses well.
That is true. That is totally
true. Matt LaFleur is what In the 2 years he's been there, he's 26 and 6.
6, yep.
26 and 6.
We had him in the building and we let him go.
And I spoke on this years ago.
Yeah.
As soon as it happened, I said if they let either one of those, both of those guys leave, they're going to be in trouble. And I was right.
Yeah. And the fan base, you know, they were hating on him too. I'll admit, we put our shots in on Shanahan before we got to that point, but you know, turns out he was actually the best thing that happened to this team.
Right.
Man, that's insane, man. Totally insane. So now we're back. They bring back Cutter, and we all know about that.
And that's a Tecmo Bowl type offense. They know your play.
On Cutter.
But they brought him back.
Man.
Yeah, he didn't even deserve it. But before we had Cutter, though, we had
Sarkisian.
Sarkisian, yeah.
Right.
Sarkisian was a lot better than Dirk Cutter was. If you look at the stats for those two years, Sarkisian was there, and you compare to Cutter, there's no comparison. It's just ridiculous.
Right.
Yeah.
Folks killed him too, though.
Oh yeah.
Folks ain't like Sark.
Because I called it. I said, "Why are you gonna hire a guy as your offensive coordinator who was coach from the team that you beat the last 3 years?"
Right.
That was crazy.
Like that didn't make any sense to me. Like, we swept the Bucks, other than one game, we swept them for 3 years in a row.
Right.
I think they wanted to have a familiar face. They didn't want to have a familiar face with Matt Ryan, but that did not work out, obviously.
No. Not at all, man. Not at all, man. I mean,
now Matt Ryan at 32 years old has to adjust to a whole new system.
Yeah.
Again.
Man, that dude done went through so many systems, bro.
Which says a lot about Matt.
I think it's his 5th, so
yeah.
I bet his brain scrambled like an egg, man. I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah. But it says a lot, like, that he's still here, that he still believes that, they can pull it off. And, he didn't diva out like Julio. Well, I'm not going to, blame Julio, but, if Matt wanted to leave, he could have left a while ago. But, he even took a cut or whatever just to try to make it work. And, it is what it is, man, I guess. It is what it is. But hopefully, man, they work. With our new GM, our new coach, I mean, it's sounding good so far, but we won't know anything until those games are being played.
The only thing I like about the new GM is that he, even when Breeze was out, he kept the Saints competitive for years.
Yeah.
So if he can bring that kind of stability to Atlanta, then I'm all for it.
Yeah. Yep, same here, man. Same here. And I would love to have been a fly on the wall on both of those interviews that they had to give to get the jobs here, because they had to know they were walking into a situation.
Oh yeah, no doubt about that. No doubt.
Exactly, man. And a situation that just got a little more controversial with the whole Julio to the Titans thing, but all eyes are on them. Without a doubt, without a shadow of a doubt. But
I also want to clarify something, because I see all these tweets and posts on Facebook about Julio working out for the Titans and all that in practice. Look, he's in a new system, so he's got to go there just like everybody else and learn the system. If he was still here in Atlanta, he wouldn't do, OTAs and mini camps and all that.
Right.
I got a little disagree on that. So when we had a new regime, like new offensive coordinator, he still wasn't coming. So I can't really rock with that too much. Like, it just because it's a new team don't mean
he's a vet. So now you're dealing with a whole new team. So he's got players he's got to get to know. He's got to know the staff. He's got to know coaches. So it's better for him to get acclimated, with his team if he's there. If it was Atlanta, the only thing he would have to do is talk to the coaches. I mean that's phone calls and and video chats and all that, because he already has his teammates. He already knows his team. But you're dealing with a whole new everything. He's got to be there.
Look, man, I get it. You want to go talk to Brown and go talk about your new number and all that stuff. I get it. I understand you want to put your best foot forward in a new space. But we cannot just let him off the hook completely. That's just my point.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I mean, come on.
Yeah, whatever he gonna do in Tennessee, he could have did it here.
Exactly.
Boom.
Well, I mean, I wish the best for him, though. I'm definitely going to watch a couple of games to see what happens and stuff. I'm definitely not.
Our first preseason game is against the Tennessee Titans.
You think he's going to play?
No.
Wait, the first game against the Titans?
Yeah.
Yeah, our first preseason game is with the Titans.
You probably won't play to the third game.
Exactly.
Oh,
we won't see him until the season starts.
Aries, you buying that jersey? The number 2, you buying that jersey?
The only number 2 I'm buying is Matt Ryan. So yeah.
All right, I'm just checking, man. I'm just checking.
Yeah. I don't play like that, bro. Come on now.
Well,
I don't put the colors but red and black.
I am a little ticked off, man, that I just bought that new Julio jersey.
I just bought the fresh white one. So last season was the first year I actually bought a Julio because Rock, I told you, in his previous years, that 11 on the back looked like a pause button, and I was not going to wear a pause button on my back. I'm sorry.
That's crazy.
Mine gonna probably go up on the wall in my man cave. It's just gonna be a throwback. That's it.
Hey, man, I ain't mad at nobody that wears a Julio Falcons jersey, man. That man did great work here.
Yeah, I'm not saying I'm probably never going to wear it. It'd probably be once a blue moon.
Right.
But, I mean, I can't wear it like I used to. You know what I'm saying? Like every Sunday, I throw on the Julio.
Well, Aries, put it over there with your Tat McKinley jersey.
Oh, man.
Hey, see, now we get the inside jokes, man. It's a little inside joke, man.
And what's cold is whenever I got Tax jersey, he gone. Yeah. I got Coleman's jersey, he gone. I got a Julio jersey, he gone.
Yeah. Should have never left either. That was a huge mistake.
The Tat?
Tevin Coleman.
Oh, Tevin Coleman. Yeah.
I told him Coleman was a lot better than Devontae Freeman.
Oh yeah, Coleman was a home run threat every time he touched the ball.
But Al used to say, when Al was on the show, he brought up a point about Coleman that was true out there. He said it, and I started watching that Coleman also had issues staying on his feet a lot.
Yeah, balance problem. Yeah.
So that was kind of an issue.
Did he fall? I ain't gonna bring that up now.
One cut back. He make that one cut and be gone.
Right. Yeah. And you know who else was like that?
Who?
Jerry Norwood. Same problem.
Yeah.
Man, Norwood was a problem. Man.
Oh yeah. One hit a quitter.
Yeah. Yep. Because he quit early and just retired completely out of NFL.
My favorite back to this day is Ward Dunn.
Yeah.
Never saw Ward Dunn take a direct hit.
Hammerhead, but I mean,
smart.
Work was it.
My favorite running back that we have of all time, of course, was the bowling ball Michael the Burner Turner.
Burner.
Yeah.
Burner Turner.
I still have to go with Jerry Riggs, even though I was young when I watched him play. Those teams were so bad, he was the only offense they had.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to go with Byron Hanspot. I'm just playing. I can go with Byron Hanspot. that used to be my boy, though.
Man, you couldn't tell me when he was at Texas Tech he wasn't going to be the next big thing.
Man, he's the truth.
Whatever
I don't claim Byron Leftwich with the Falcons.
No.
He was running neck and neck with Ricky Williams in college.
Yeah, he was a problem, man.
Yeah, man. Wow. But all right, fellas. Well, So we had this draft, we've added some new pieces. Just look forward to the future. I'm very happy with our pick. And I think with what AJ Terrell, who had an outstanding rookie year, gives me a little more confidence that hopefully we'll get a little further and get away from all this craziness that we've been doing.
Yeah, I mean, that's cool for the left side or right side where we decide to play, but then you got Oliver on the other side. Uh-oh.
Here we go with Oliver talk again. What's your thought on Isaiah Oliver, man? We have our issues with him on this podcast. What are your thoughts on Isaiah?
I thought I always view him as a safety because he's a zone corner. He can't play man or press, which is why they moved him to the slot. And if he can find a way at the slot, he'll be okay. But outside, I think Kendall Sheffield or what's the rookie guy? Darren Hall, I think one of them will take the outside. I think they'll take their chances with one of those guys.
Okay.
Now, if they were to move Isaiah to strong safety or free safety, then he might do something because, I mean, like I said, he has the length. He has the length of to make a good safety, but as a corner, capital TRASH.
He plays the game with the game in front of him, not behind him. And what I mean by that man-to-man coverage is just not his thing. When he plays zone, he plays a little bit better. His open field tackling is extraordinary for a cornerback, which is the main reason why I like him as safety. The game is in front of him. He's a much better player, but man-to-man and press, he ain't got the hands for it.
Yeah. We're tired of seeing him getting burned every Sunday. Oh my gosh.
He was getting burnt by third strings. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
He should be tired of having penicillin shots. I'm just saying.
I mean, then when he come out on the field, boy, they should play, the Usher burn. Just let it burn.
Let it burn. Well, hopefully, man, with the whole coaching staff, that will be addressed, and we'll really see what he's made of. If he's just same old, because I think there's a new culture there. Things are a lot different there. It's not what DQ had going on there. So hopefully this is, the start of something major. We can be back in the conversation again like we were,
Right.
I honestly do. I hope the whole NFL fall the hell asleep on us.
Yeah. Yeah, I hope so too. I think most of the people that are normal Falcon haters or whatever they don't give us any credit, but I think the people who are actually watching the moves and stuff are just being aware. It's like, don't sleep on the Falcons.
And I paid a lot of attention, and I did a video on this too about the undrafted free agents.
Mm-hmm.
Kobe Jones, nobody talks about him.
Mm-hmm.
But at Mississippi State, he was like a second string edge rusher and still had 19 sacks over 4 seasons. Oh, wow. He finally gets his chance. I think he'll be okay. That's my guy to watch for.
Okay.
Hey, we'll take 5 or 6 sacks out of him. Situational pass rusher.
Yeah. Right. We'll take anything we can get as it comes to pass rushing right about now.
What was Tag doing? Three sacks and a lot of pressures?
Pretty much.
Yep.
He wasn't doing too much. He let Steven Means take his spot.
Wow.
Shoot. Claiborne did his whole career in that one Cowboys game.
Right.
Remember that. Yeah. Is Tack even on a team now?
Cleveland.
He's still in Cleveland? Okay.
Is he in the Brown? At the Brown? Yeah, he is in Cleveland.
Okay.
And Vic is in Oakland, right? Oh, I'm sorry, Las Vegas.
I thought he wasn't even on anybody's team anymore.
He ain't nowhere. He finna go. He finna sit at home for a while.
Oh, okay. He was cut by the Raiders? How bad you got to be cut by the Raiders?
If you see that block what everybody put on social media, you would have blocked. You would have cut him too.
I wasn't gonna say that. I just
Vic is just not. His heart is not in the NFL.
Nah, man. I said that a while ago.
Vic
When you're playing the Saints and you know that interception and he get up and he's over congratulating the Saints players. No, you don't do that, man. Bump the Saints.
Yeah.
Vic need motivation, man.
He does.
And a lot of people don't know it, but when his dad passed away, I think that killed his spirit for football.
Yeah.
Because his dad was the one that kept him focused all the time. And when you don't have that person to help you keep you focused, it's going to be tough if you're not in it mentally yourself.
Right. That is true, man. That is true. And I mean, you know, he what he do? He did 5 years in the NFL. 5. I think he did 5.
5.
Mm-hmm.
One great year.
Exactly. He had one great year. He you know.
I hope he saved his money.
But like I said, it's motivation. Dwight Freeney was here.
Saved his money.
Yeah, you're right.
You got to play like the Dwight Freeney pushing you. You gonna step up.
And that's what this rumor from people saying that even in the locker room or whatever, he was the type of guy you had to keep motivated. He wasn't really, you know, that focused as far as what he was doing. So, and I can totally believe that.
They said they said he was blessed with having that height, weight, size package, but he had that dog in him.
Right. Exactly.
He didn't have a heart.
Yeah. And when he was at Clemson, I guess he's had the luxury of those guys helping him out.
He had a great supporting cast.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Grady Jarrett was there with him too. So
yeah,
that defense in front while he played in Clemson was amazing.
Yeah, exactly. But you know, he'll be all right. He'll be all right. DQ made sure he got money, so he's good.
If he saved it,
I'm sure he did. He's like seems like a small town country type of dude, low key anyway. So I don't think
he robbed us for $13 million his last year.
Yeah, sure
that's enough to last him his lifetime.
Exactly. All right, cool, man. Cool. You listening to the What's Up Falcons podcast. All right, man. Smitty, let's get your opinion, man. We have a segment called Around the League where we talk about other things that are happening in the league that, you know, may be interesting. Is there anything going on in the league that you have noticed or think may be an interesting thing to mention?
I'm still watching the Aaron Rodgers thing in Green Bay. I think pretty much he's done there. You've seen it with Favre. You've seen it with Bart Starr. Even that's 16 years and you're done.
Yeah.
They're gonna stick by what they like. Like I said, their identity. They're gonna stick to how they became the Packers. What made them successful, and I think that's why they took Jordan Love. He's been impressive in many camps so far.
Mm-hmm.
So we may be getting closer to seeing Aaron Rodgers in a Broncos uniform, or probably in somewhere like Washington.
Wow.
Hey, Washington will probably be his best fit because, I mean, their defense is already stout. So, I mean, he doesn't have to worry about defense. It's that offense, a little iffy, but they can still move the ball.
Yeah, and they even improved their defense even more. They got help in their secondary. Caleb Farley, I think. No, he's in Tennessee. I'm sorry. They got another cornerback, middle round. That defense with Chase Young and them Alabama boys on their front line. Oof,
Young and Sweat and all them. Mm-hmm.
No joke. Definitely. What do you think about the Bucs, man? I mean, you know, Super Bowl champions. Are they going to be the team to fear in the NFC South again?
If their defense can keep it up like they did last year, I think they'll be tough again. But people giving Brady too much credit. That defense carried them from week 14 all the way through the playoffs.
Right.
So if their defense is still the same, now they still have a weakness at cornerback because that was their Achilles last year. Mm-hmm. But they even improved that. So they're going to be even tougher this year.
Somebody else tell it, boy, it was Tom Brady the whole way.
No.
Oh, wait, he ain't here?
Oh, yeah, he wasn't here.
That's a shot at another person on his podcast.
No Tom Brady did last year. He just managed the game like he was supposed to.
Yeah, I mean, what was the whole reason of him actually choosing to go to Tampa? They had a defense,
right? Something they didn't have in New England.
True, very true, man. And what about the Saints, man? I mean, you got Jameis.
We got the Swiss Army knife and
the white Michael Vick.
Good luck.
Y'all might think I'm crazy, but the Saints might be even more dangerous with Winston because his arm is stronger. He can get the ball where he needs to. And a lot of the interception he threw in Tampa, he was forcing them, trying to make plays. I don't think he had to do that in New Orleans because the way their playbook is set up, passing lanes, all that is going to be much easier for him. All he has to do is put his mind to it, find the receiver, he'll be fine.
That's the thing.
Dangerous running back in Alvin Kamara.
I don't know if he's mature enough yet, to be honest with you.
Yeah, well, it's his mental.
If he ain't mature by now, he never will be.
Yeah.
You can say that again. That dude like 29.
He's still eating on his fingers and stuff. So, I mean, he was doing that in the locker room after they beat the Bucs.
You gotta eat that W, man. Gotta eat it.
But it's a shame, man.
I understand what you're saying. I mean, he can put the ball where it needs to be, but he also puts it where it don't need to be.
Yeah.
So he can't help that. His first pass in the league as a Buck was an interception. His last pass in the league as a Buck was an interception. So,
well, I heard that I think Smitty, you said this. He's had laser corrected surgery on his eyes.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, that could be an issue if he can't see where he's throwing the ball. You know, that could explain some of those 30s.
Oh yeah, he did use some squint a lot on the sideline.
That's why he picked up those crab legs. He couldn't see the price on
them. he was running the customer service. See, got to see the price.
Yeah, sure. Wow, we beat up Jameis, but you know,
he said, "Man, can I get a price check on these fish sticks?"
Wow, Jameis, that dude.
Yeah, man. I just think it's just something about Sean Payton's offense that make it easier for quarterbacks. Yeah. I think a quarterback like Mariota could succeed in that offense.
Wow. Yeah, Peyton's we can't stand him, man. Want to just smack that smirk off his face, man, but you can't deny his ability to be a coach. Can't deny.
And what's funny, they hired the head coach before the GM. And I said, man, if they hired Fontenot before Arthur Smith, he probably would have tried to bring Sean Payton to Atlanta because he's trying to get out of New Orleans. He's trying to get to Dallas or somewhere. But I think Fontenot would have probably brought him on over too.
Yeah, he can't go to Dallas. They already got a new coach.
Yeah. McCarthy.
I don't know how that would have worked coming here, man. if they had brought him here. I mean, I know we were.
I think he would have tried it.
Yeah.
Oh.
First time
I hope not. I still got that image of him telling Devontae Freeman, choke.
Yeah.
That's still fresh in my mind, man. I don't like him.
Yeah. It's not to be liked, man. But, you know.
Yep.
You know, around looking like Zoolander. I mean, tell me I'm lying.
All right, man. You listening to the What's Up Falcons podcast. All right, fellas, before we start wrapping this thing up here, just let's do overall general predictions for this season. And we can just stick with the NFC South, man. Smitty, what are you predicting is going to happen in the NFC South?
I still have the Bucs because of their defense.
Yeah.
I think the Falcons will be competitive, and so will New Orleans. But Tampa Bay, I think they're gonna run away with it. Carolina, they have a better quarterback in Sam Darnold. People not giving them credit.
I'm telling you
for that. I think he fit Matt Rule's offense, but I just don't know about the defense yet. Say that again.
I watched him play at SC. He's a beast.
Yeah, I think he was just in a bad offense. That's all it was.
He's a bad whole everything organization. The Jets are horrible.
Yeah, Hoop, what are you thinking for the NFC South, man? Your predictions. What are you thinking, Hoop?
And what Smitty just said, I agree. Bucks leading the pack. Toss up between New Orleans and ATL, and then you got Carolina, trying to improve themselves. But I think it'll be a competitive division. Probably a little more competitive than what people think.
Indeed. What about you, Aries?
Yeah, I'm leaning towards the same. But as far as the Bucks running away with it, I don't think so.
Right.
I don't think the Bucks gonna run away with it because their schedule is going to be a little bit more competitive than it was last season. So,
right. I tend to agree with you on that as well, man. I think that
it all comes down to how Taysom and Jameis play, or how that splits up is going to determine who comes in second.
Yeah.
So if they
I thought we were gonna get.
If they haven't worked out
I'm sorry.
to where they're running on all cylinders, then yeah, they might take second place. But right now, I think we have a shot at it. Not 100%, but I think we have a shot. I think more like a 60-40.
Yeah. Were you saying Hoop?
Man, I thought we was gonna go through a whole show without bringing up Taysom Hill with Q not on here, man. I get tired of hearing that dude name. They think he's the second coming down there.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, Smitty, Q seems to think that Taysom Hill is the white Michael Vick. It's going to be the second coming.
The boy's a gimmick.
I don't know.
I agree.
The boy's a gimmick. He's a gimmick.
Yeah.
He can't play a full season and do the same thing he does 2-3 games out of the year. Right. Come on, man.
Right. All right, man. All right. Well, Smitty, man, I want to say it's been a pleasure. I truly appreciate you coming on and talking with this man, chopping it up with this man.
No problem, man.
And if people want to check your videos out and everything, man, let us know how we can do that.
I'm going to just make it easy, man. Just go to Twitter. I'm always on Twitter, interacting with people, man. My Twitter handle is at fatboyslim_21. You can find me there. You can find my blog, my YouTube channel, any other thing that I do, man. You can find it on Twitter.
Now, I definitely recommend everybody checking him out on Twitter and on YouTube. Smitty, he's a hard-working man. He told me earlier that when everybody's sleeping, he's making videos. He's always thinking about sports, the Falcons, and all that. And it's true, because every morning I wake up and turn on YouTube, I see a new video from Smitty. So I'm like, I got to check it out.
And trust me, it's hard, man. I'm married, been married 17 years.
Yeah.
It's hard juggling both.
I know.
Amen to that.
Exactly.
I think it's been a year since I dropped a video. So
it's helped me just to get these podcasts out, man, because I'm in the same boat as you are, man. So my hat's off to you being able to do that, man, and all you guys. And we want to thank everybody for checking us out. Don't forget to check us out exclusively at Armchair All-American. And don't forget to subscribe, man. Hit that subscribe button. We got to get our numbers up, man. So check us out, man. Hit that button. Do something. Help a brother out. But you also, if you listen to audio podcasts, definitely check us out at Armchair All-American. We're also on iTunes, Spotify, Pandora, and pretty much and Google too as well, and even on Alexa. Smitty, if you have an Alexa device, you say play the latest What's Up Falcons podcast, she will play it.
Yeah, my daughter got one.
So we're on there, man. So if anybody want to check us out like that, that's an easy way to do it. But all right, fellas. Well, this was a good show. And before we wrap it up, anybody got any last thoughts or anything?
Go Hawks.
Go Hawks. That's true. Go Hawks, man.
Whatever.
Hey man, go check out my video on Trae Young and why I say he one of the best players, top 25, under 25. That dude is coming, man. He's coming. We just need one more piece.
My Lakers are out of it. I don't watch basketball no more.
But you're out of it, man. So
yeah, I know. That's why I don't watch basketball no more.
Yeah, you done. You done.
Yeah, you're done, man. Y'all had y'all turn, man. This
all right, man. Y'all gonna be done in a minute, man. The Sixers gonna whoop y'all ass.
I hope not, but you know, we've always had a problem.
Embiid keep on falling.
Yeah,
gonna fall big ass on the ground. Not get up.
We always have a problem getting out of the second round.
He gonna need a kickstand after a while. I'm telling you.
I'll save y'all a spot on the couch with me to watch the rest of the playoffs.
Yeah, whatever.
We'll see.
All right, fellas. If that is it, I will holler at y'all later.
Peace.
Check out the What's Up Falcons podcast exclusively at armchairallamericans.com. Subscribe to the What's Up Falcons podcast on iTunes and SoundCloud. Listen to the What's Up Falcons podcast at whatsupfalcons.com.